Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Ayleen, and this is a slightly different medicine walk. And for those of you who are listening in on Blog Talk Radio, this is Healing House Radio. So you're not going to really notice much, but those who are watching the video will notice that I have sort of a different setup, and I'm working on putting together a sound area or a special recording area. And there's a lot going on, and a lot that is going to be shifting, and a lot that is going to be changing. And I'm very, very, very excited about what's coming up. So, first off, I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody is doing good and managing in a very, very crazy world. And this morning, because I do a tweet every morning, and this morning for some reason, something just clicked, and I said, I'm enough is enough. I'm reclaiming 2020. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back from the crazy. I'm taking it back from the frustration. I'm taking it back from the fear. I'm taking it back from everything. Because before this year ends, I'm going to turn something positive, or I'm going to make something positive out of it. And that is something I really encourage everybody to do, because we can't finish this year. There's 3 more months left in the year, and we cannot finish this by cringing. I don't want any of us to finish this year and have it just be, basically that we surrendered, that we gave up. No. Find a way to make something out of the rest of this year, something positive, something that you really embrace, something that by the end of this year, by December 31st, you can feel proud of, that you can feel that you've accomplished something for yourself or for the world. And that's hard. It's hard when it feels like everything that could have gone wrong did. And part of this whole idea of changing things around and creating a studio space, it is, and it's still a work in progress, and I'm going to get something that'll go along the back so it's not quite so light. But I'm going to put something up and be able to, and that'll help also to kind of limit the sound too. But the thing is that since I came back to my cabin, I just haven't felt right. I just haven't felt at ease. I just haven't felt at home. And I had to figure out that really the safety of the home that I knew is gone. The invulnerability is gone. Suddenly it feels very vulnerable. And I needed to do something to move me forward. And so I decided, I'm going to set up a home studio. I'm getting into doing voice acting, and I will be doing a Twitch stream, which is probably the most exciting thing that's coming up, is that I was asked by a Twitch gaming streamer to kind of create a channel or create a podcast that would help people work through very difficult times. And he said there's a lot of gamers out there who are having a very, very, very hard time. And because I'd worked with him, he felt that what I had to say was very valuable. And he had me on like a 3-hour podcast that he did. And, we talked about working through things and empowerment and all of that stuff. And so with his encouragement, I decided that, I'm just going to do a stream. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. So I'm very excited to announce, and it's funny because since it's dedicated to gamers, it's called The Gaming Doc. So it's sort of different from the medicine walk, but for the most part, it really isn't. It's just, and I do love video games. I do really enjoy playing video games. I have a lot of fun with it. I've got a PS4. I used to have an Xbox 360. And so it's a distraction. It's a diversion. And it's something that helps me to unwind and relax every once in a while. So because I can kind of understand the mentality of the gamers, and I also have the knowledge and experience about, how they can ergonomically take care of themselves and how they can energetically take care of themselves, well, we're going to give it a try. And there is a link in the description, so please check it out. It's going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and then I'm going to do a special edition on Saturdays. And these will all be in the evenings. So please consider checking it out, and especially if you're a gamer and especially if you're going through a hard time. So it is important for us to create things that are going to move us forward. And sometimes it's sort of like, because this situation, it's sort of like it's a bridge between my past, which will never be quite the same again, and a future that will allow me to feel enthusiastic about moving forward. Make sure the microphone's there. So the idea that, it's trying something different. When was the last time you tried something different, tried something new? Took a leap of faith. For me, part of that leap of faith was, it was beginning training to become a voice actor. And I had always wanted to be an actor, and it ended up being something that just sort of fell into place. And as much as I love gaming, I always thought that it would be so cool to do video or do audio and do a voiceover for a video game. Well, now after a bunch of training, I've learned that there's a lot of different things that I could do. So I'm going to enjoy exploring that. And as far as I'm concerned, 2020 has been a year of transformation for me, of breaking away some old things and allowing myself to experience some new things. And yeah, there's going to be some discomfort. There's going to be some transition. There's going to be some, difficulties. And there's not challenges that I cannot overcome. Just like there are no challenges ahead of you that you can't overcome. And I really want each one of you to take a look in your life at the thing that you would like to accomplish before the end of 2020. Within the next 3 months. Now, even if you can't get it finished, let's say you wanted to write a novel. Well, you might or might not get it done in 3 months. And you can get it started. You can get it going and you can work on it. And, if you really work at it, you might even be able to get the first draft done by the end of the year. Or maybe it's an art project that you've always wanted to do. Or maybe it's a class that you've always wanted to take. Or maybe it's you can't really take a trip. And maybe it's researching that trip and figuring out that you can do it right when all this COVID stuff ends and we can travel again. You'll have everything in place. Sometimes we have to figure out a way to say goodbye to part of the past. Sometimes we need to be able to, even if it's because we got yanked out of it. I was very complacent here, and I was very comfortable, and my comfort was taken away from me. And I had to figure out, at first I had to figure out what would I do if everything I had was gone. And since I was very blessed, and not everybody was as blessed as I was, but I was very blessed not to have lost everything. And then when I came back, it just didn't feel like it quite fit anymore. Maybe I didn't quite fit anymore. But ever since I decided, what can I create new that will be the thing that pulls me out of the past and into what I want my future to be? And that's an important part, that it's the future I chose. And maybe there's people in your life who are really want to tell you, it's like, you need to choose this or you need to choose that. Or, now's not the time to think of anything new or adventurous. Now's not the time to start anything, and the year's winding down. I'm sorry. We've only got 3 months left. And we have to make something out of 2020. We have to bring something good. We have to be able to say, you know what? There was some bad stuff, but I have this. This is what I'm taking out of 2020. And to have it be something positive. Because frankly, I don't know how 2021 is going to go. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like, all right, 2021, I'm watching you. Don't even think it. We're going to make that a better year because it's going to be what we create. And if you use this time now to start setting into motion something you want to create, something you want to make manifest, maybe you want to do a broadcast. Maybe you want to get a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to be on Twitch or whatever. Maybe on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Set it into motion. It's time. It's time to set something positive into motion so that that's what we take into 2021. And that's how we end 2020 with something that is positive. A lot of very hard things happened this year, and there's been a lot of loss. And if you've experienced that loss, I am so sorry. And I hope that it is gentle for you. And it's time to embrace the future. It's time to let go. It's time to say, you know what? I can't stay in the past. It's time for me to plant my feet in the direction that I want to go. So what is it that you need to do to set that into motion? For me, it was a little remodeling and, I still, like I said, I still have some stuff that I'm going to tweak with it. But this is about moving me forward. Starting a Twitch live stream is about moving me forward. It's about taking that next step. And I am excited about it. And I'm starting to feel more myself. I wasn't myself for quite a while. And now I'm feeling more myself. I'm feeling like where everything had just, gotten stuck. And when I talked about the river wasn't flowing, now I can feel the current. And it's that feeling of having the current pull you forward, as opposed to just sitting there with nothing and with no real movement. And we need movement. We need to be able to move forward. We need to be able to find that reason to be excited about getting up in the morning. And with everything that's gone on, yeah, that can be pretty hard. The thing is, that means you have to create it. If it doesn't find you, you've got to find it. And the excitement and the thrill I have, and, last Friday I did a demo, my first demo session in an actual studio. And I was really, really, really excited to be able to do that. Hello, Sam, you okay? He's been coughing a lot lately. Sam's not doing good. And that's another change that is coming into my life. And, I'm kind of dealing with the vet. And that's the thing about having a pet, is that once they get old, and Sam's an old guy, that decisions and change may be necessary. So I may have one more really hard change that I've got to face in 2020. And I'm going to face it as well as I can. I'm going to face it as strong as I can. And I'm going to face it as optimistically as I can. And yet as honestly as I can, because I know that that moment will be painful. And yet, we all move forward, including Sam. We all reach that point where everything that we were going to do in this life, okay, time has come for us to be able to move forward into the next adventure. And that's how I hold it. And that means that we have got to make the absolute most out of what we have and the time we have here. And I refuse to let 2020 be a waste. I refuse to let that be, well, it was just a horrible year. No, there's still time. There's still time to make something good out of this year. And I encourage you to embrace that. I encourage you to grab that with both hands and say, you know what? We're not going down like that. We're not going to go down like that. This is not acceptable. We're going to make something exciting out of the last part of this year. And whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Now's the time. Don't think, well, wait until January. No. The time's now. We've got 3 months left. You can do this. I can do this. We can do this. And by doing this, what it's going to do is it's going to shift the energy from dwelling on the past to looking to a future that we want to create. We can do this together. And we're each going to do it by embracing our own passion, by embracing that thing that we want to create. Because it'll be something cool, and the world right now can use as many cool new things as possible. So do it. Get out there. Plan it, research it, and make it happen. We've only got 3 months. Like I said, I refuse to let 2020 go out and have us leave it disheartened and damaged. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. And I'm really looking forward to hearing about what it is that you choose to do. In fact, you can leave in the comments what it is you intend to do or what you'd like to do. And then we can keep track on each other. We've only got 3 months. Let's make the most of it. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then please, you can leave them in the comments. You can also reach me through my Facebook group, Medicine Walk with Dr. Ayleen. You can follow me on Twitter. You can connect with me on Discord and now on Twitch. And you can also reach me through my email address, and all those links are in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, then please consider pressing the like button. And please, please, please consider subscribing. That would be really cool, and it would help me move the channel forward. And if you would like to support on a higher level, there's a link to my Patreon account in the description as well. So again, thank you for joining me. And as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you. And see you next time. Hopefully tomorrow night, Monday night, on Twitch. Bye.